Welcome to Digits. I'm Simon Constable. Facebook is already most people's social network of choice. Now it's also aiming to become a newspaper for mobile devices. Wall Street Journal's Facebook reporter Evelyn Roosley joins us now from San Francisco. And there she is. Thanks for being there, Evelyn.
Thank you.
So tell us how and why Facebook is wanting to do this.
Well, the how of it, we don't have all the details yet, and I don't think Facebook has it all figured out yet. But for more than a year, they've been working on a project called Reader, very stealthily, and it's been this internal project to build essentially a news reader service for mobile applications. I mean, particularly for iPhone devices, tablets, and of course the iPhone that we know. And so the idea is to own the news consumption experience on mobile. So right now, you probably spend several minutes throughout the day, looking at your Facebook application, but you're probably only spending short amounts of time for every session. So the idea of owning news consumption is so alluring for Facebook because they want users to spend many minutes per session diving deeply into content, into posts. So eventually they'll also probably be clicking on more ads.
And the idea here is to keep you on Facebook more of the time, not just looking at what your friends are doing, but looking at the stories maybe your friends had read as well. And that way they can sell more ads, whether that's mobile or desktop. That's the general idea there, right?
That's exactly the point. I mean, it's also really broadening their service, right? If you think about Facebook and why we use Facebook, it's still very similar to the initial purpose of Facebook, which started in 2004 largely as a college site, and people use it to keep up to date on what their friends and classmates were doing. And still today, we probably primarily use it for photos on Instagram increasingly. And what they're trying to do is own kind of a market that Twitter and LinkedIn have been aggressively moving into, which is the news space. Because with the news space, there's an opportunity, as we mentioned, for more ads and really to engage with users in a different way and to keep them coming back.
Now, that news space is one that, as you've mentioned, is getting rather crowded. Twitter's there, LinkedIn there, Facebook has sort of come up the rear, as it were, a bit late. Is there a reason they came so late? LinkedIn has been doing this for really a very long time.
They have been, but if you look at what Facebook has had to do over the years, scaling up to 1 billion plus users, I'm sure it's also a matter of priorities. They've always talked about kind of this constrained supply of engineers to work on all the things they love to work on. So we've seen over the past year this move towards news, and we saw recently with the introduction of hashtags and the redesign of the news feed that this is clearly has been on their roadmap. And so they're with all these little pieces that they've been putting together, I think hopefully they think it will amount to something that will make them a large, if not hopefully for them, the largest player in news consumption, at least on mobile.
Now, Evelyn, we are in the news business, and our organization here, the Wall Street Journal, produces a lot of news. Facebook wouldn't be producing, they would be aggregating, right?
Hey, that's my understanding. And as you see with Newsfeed, for example, whenever people put up posts now from publishers, and with the redesign of Newsfeed, those are very kind of prominent, and it links back and it shows kind of the icons of the publishers and such. I think Facebook, for them, it's just about making sure that people are entertained, engaged, and that they can ensure that these people are just spending more time on posts and diving a bit deeper and finding more reasons to come to the site. So for them, it's like, how many minutes can we get users on Facebook, whether on desktop or whether on mobile, and making sure we can give them a variety of ad experiences. Because what having a news reader service would do for Facebook is probably creating new types of ad units as well. So a new larger menu of options for advertisers.
Okay, well, we'll see how it works out. Thank you very much, Evelyn Roosley of the Wall Street Journal. We appreciate your time there. I'm Simon Constable, and that was Digits.